Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're going to be working towards making prompt processing a thing of the past. We're introducing prompt caching. And previously we ran Inferencer against LM Studio, and we found that some applications, they run 3 to 4 times slower just by default, which is probably why Macs have a terrible reputation when it comes to prompt processing. However, we're going to be making it completely disappear. It's going to be instantaneous. You're going to be loving the speed improvements, and that is with the help of prompt caching. So in the latest version of Inferencer, should be out very soon, in the settings tab, there's a new setting called cache prompts, and it's off by default because, it's a new feature, but you enable it. And by default, it sets 20 gigabytes as cache storage. Now, there is also a cache location. So I've actually offloaded that cache to an external SSD. And the thing with caching, it does use up write cycles on your SSD. So this one here has over 2000 terabytes of write cycles. Check your warranty and all that stuff. But it's kind of like the same idea as if you have a NAS drive. NASes, they run really slow, but if you add an SSD cache in there, it burns up the SSD within like a few years, but it makes everything a lot faster. And that's what we're going to be utilizing in this situation. Now, caching works with all of the models I tested it with. We're going to start off with Qwen 3 Code next, and this one actually has a very, very aggressive. It uses up a lot of storage, this one, but I'll give you an example of what it is. So let me just copy this. This is, let's see, 20,000 tokens, and it's going to take us maybe 30 seconds to process this prompt. It's a massive, massive file over here. So it took us, just a little bit of time just to explain this process, how long it takes. And once it's finished processing that prompt, it's going ahead and writing down its answer. Now, previously, if you ever wanted to reprocess that same prompt, it would take that same amount of time as well. So let's just do that. Boom. Except this time around, straight away, it's going ahead and answering the question because it has that prompt there already in its cache.
Wow, what a difference! Now back to you in the studio.
Now, the good thing about this caching solution is it doesn't just cache the prompt verbatim. It also does something called prefix matching, which means I can change any part of the code. So for example, I'll put in a bug and I'll say, can you find the bug? And run that, and straight away you can see the prompt processing was very, very minimal because it utilized most of the cache until it found that point of divergence, and that's when it had to reprocess everything. Now let's just see how much storage space we've utilized. So we utilized 10 or 9.3 gigabytes with this model. This is a very, very cache heavy model. The heaviest ones I found is DeepSeek 3.2 and Kimi K 2.5. I'll look into optimizing in the future, and we'll begin adding in quantization for the cache to see how much of a negative effect it has on the accuracy. And we're adding features, for example, a rotating cache. So you can just keep on going if you run out of memory. But nonetheless, we're looking into this. So that was Qwen 3 Code Next, very, very fast. I'll switch it over and I'll go into Qwen 3, the base version. Qwen 3, the original one. This is the 235B instruct version. Exact same prompt. I'll just this time give it called summarize. So it's going to first load that model into memory. Now we also have a feature over here called compress model after inactivity. This is for Mac OS 26. Mac OS 26 is very, very heavy on trying to optimize the memory usage on Macs. So we've added this feature to only press the model after a period of inactivity. So that way you get super fast prompts and responses until you stop using it for whatever you set it to. Off indefinitely, or by default, is 20 minutes. So over here, Qwen 3 is processing that 28,000 tokens, and this model, it's a 22 billion active parameter model, so it's slower. It's going to take us about a minute to process these 20,000 tokens, and you'll find that the smarter the models are, they usually get a lot slower. And that's where prompt caching is going to be excellent for you, especially when it comes to using agents where they always send in their tools and their system prompts and they slow everything down by default, but not anymore. So that took us quite a bit to get to that stage of processing that prompt, about a minute or so, but it's going ahead and generating the response. So I've asked it this time around to summarize that file. So that over here, it says it took 91 seconds to process that prompt of 18,000 tokens. Very, very slow. So I'm going to change it again now. I'm going to go in here. Last time I asked it to find a bug. This time around, what is the largest function? So let's see, 3, 2, 1. And boom, only 13 tokens were processed this time, and that was the change. So previously we asked it to summarize, But now we've asked it what is largest function.
We are live outside Apple HQ, where a new technology, prompt caching, is making waves. Processing time is down from 90 seconds to under 1 second.
Now, there is one thing to know. Most models, as part of their provider system prompt, they actually ask the system to provide the current date. So it can always be contextually telling you, the right date sort of information. So you can go into settings here and scroll to the bottom, and you can select that set date. It will set the date to the beginning of the year over here, and you can choose a specific date. And if you do that, that will allow the cache to be reused across multiple days. So by default, every single new day, the system prompt is going to reset, say today's date is this. So we have to reprocess everything. There is also another method of prompt processing or prompt caching. You can do this segmented. It's not as accurate, but that's something we can implement as well. Just so you guys let me know what you guys want, and I can do that for you. But if you enable that set date situation, you're going to reuse a lot of the cache, and every single day you won't reset. So that was using the prompt caching inside the Infraset application. This stuff also works via the server APIs. So if you go into server here and serve, there's also that option here called fixed date for prompt cache reuse. And if you leave that ticked, it's going to set it to the start of the year as the current date. So that way the cache will survive a year. So less prompt processing. It's going to be a thing of the past. I'm also adding some more optimizations as we come to it with that checkbox. Now I'm going to show you how much space Qwen 3 used. So previously, Qwen 3 Coder Next, that one used 10 gigabytes for caching at 20,000 token prompt. And Qwen 3, that one only took 3.5 gigabytes. So different models have different cache requirements and how much they store and if it can be modified. So that is all there. I'm now going to show you how this runs with agents. For example, we're going to jump into let's go into Visual Studio Code. And for the model, I'm going to switch over to Solar Open. That's another great model. It's only 100 billion parameters. I've got it here connected with Kilo Code, and I've set my model to Solar Open as well. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it a question and hit play. And if we look into our task generation, we can see that is processing that prompt. Now, this is a 100 billion parameter total model. So it's a very, very fast model, this one. It's a mixture of experts, but still it took like a little while to process that prompt. It's still taking right there. It's made it. And now it's given me an answer. We can see in our cache, the prompt that we process is 1.76 gigabytes. This is Kilo Code Sync System prompt. And it's going ahead and answering that question. So I'll cancel this generation and just make sure it's finished canceled on our server here. And now I'm going to ask it the same prompt again. And this time around, it should just go ahead and give us the answer. Look at that right there. Straight away, there's no more prompt processing for this because it's got that whole system prompt and all the tools that Kilo Code uses just fixed into memory. And again, you can still even change the questions. I can say, what files do I have? And once again, boom, straight away, just giving me the responses. So, agents are going to be also, oh, we forgot about the claw. You guys still using that situation? Let's go ahead and see how it runs. So I got the claw here. Let's just see which model is configured to. Raw. I've actually got it pointed to Solar Open, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go into chat here. I'm going to hit new session. So the first time we're generating a new session with the claw, it's going to send in its system prompt and tools. So we can see that is prompt processing its system prompt. It's going to take maybe 30 seconds for this one, I'm just guessing. And of course, bigger, smarter, stronger, like Kimi K2.5, all that kind of stuff, they will take longer. So with this prompt caching, that's now solved. So you just do it once and then never again, as long as you set the fixed state. And ooh, that's exciting stuff. And look at that. Every time I hit new session now, it straight away comes up with a new session without having to reprocess everything. So straight away we hit a new session. It's coming up with a new session. Now there is some sort of bug with this openclaw. So glad I ran inside a virtual machine. Maybe I have to reinstall it from scratch. It is just doing some weird things at the moment. But the concept is there that prompt processing and prompt caching now all work. We can see that with Solar Open, we've used 17 gigabytes. And that's with Visual Studio doing all this agentic stuff just being cached. So if you ever do it again, it's going to be a lot faster. And we got the claw doing its thing. I'm going to do one more test. So I've got here Kimi K2.5 loaded into memory, and I've got my open claw. I'm going to hit new session and look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, look at that. It finished prompt processing straight away. I'll hit new session again, and it's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and boom, we're processing the prompt. Now, the reason why this guy takes a bit longer than the other ones is the cache size for the openclaw prompt is 27 gigabytes. So yeah, maybe I'll add in some quantization to make that faster soon. But nevertheless, this new session used to take minutes. So to get it down to 5 seconds is a feat. All right, so what do you guys think of prompt caching? Is a prompt processing a thing of the hopeful past? Hopefully, I'm excited about this. Just solve the problem with storage. We're going to be also adding in quantization for the prompt processing, and also we'll make it work with batching and distributed compute. That should be fun. Making sure that they both have the cache of the cache equally. Otherwise, I'll have to reprocess it or send it to each other. Should be some fun things to do. Let me know what you guys think. But now it's time to jump into the clue. The clue with DeepSeek. I need more storage, please.